What's going on, Alabama fans? We have some massive recruiting news to talk about on today's show, and I want this video to reach as many Alabama fans as possible, so help me out. Make sure you guys share today's video for me right now. All right, we've got some major Alabama football recruiting news on two massive defensive targets here. Both of them are 5 stars, and both of these guys are players that Alabama have been going after really, really hard, especially recently here on the recruiting trail. First guy we're going to talk about is Xavier Griffin. He ended up decommitting from USC on Wednesday, and Alabama really is going after him at that Wolf position. Griffin has been committed to the Trojans since July 2024, and he's also taken multiple visits to USC, but he has also taken visits to other schools this spring as well. Florida State, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, just to name a few there. Outside linebacker coach for the Crimson Tide, Christian Robinson, has also been very, very hard on the recruiting trail, working hard, visiting Griffin twice this spring, and most recently, and most notably, I think, bringing Courtney Morgan, Alabama's general manager, along last week when they visited him as well. And then I believe this timeline right here with this tweet really was about the same time Courtney Morgan back on May 5th tweeting gloves off when it comes to recruiting. And man, when it comes to Courtney Morgan, this is a guy that really is able to close the deal on a lot of these top recruits in this not just the 2026 class, but classes in the past as well. And when you talk about Xavier Griffin, this is a guy that 247 Sports has compared to Jihad Campbell. You look at this photo right here. You got Xavier Griffin right next to Christian Robinson as well. Look at the length that this guy has. I mean, comping him to a guy like Jihad Campbell, I think that pretty much sums it up, that this is a very, very good football player. He is a 5-star number 2 linebacker. We'll touch on some more of that here in just a second. But, man, this would be a massive, massive get if Alabama can get him in their 2026 class. So recruiting season is really about to start kicking off really hard now. So if you guys are excited for recruiting season, make sure you type those me's in the comment section at the pinned comment, actually, of today's show. All right, so Xavier Griffin decommitted from USC. This was his reasoning that he told on 3, I do believe it was. He said, "My commitment has been in question for a few months now, but the hard decision has come within the last 2 weeks. I wanted to still be able to enjoy my process and go on my official visits, but still be respectful of USC at the same time. So this happened after a lot of talking to my mom and a lot of prayer." This right here is the 247 Sports composite rankings on Xavier Griffin. 5-star, number 22 overall, number 2 linebacker, and the number 2 player out of the state of Georgia as well. Alabama seems to be wanting him as that Wolf position, so not necessarily going to be a middle linebacker for Alabama, but more of that edge rusher type. Like you kind of saw Jihad Campbell coming out of high school was an edge rusher. Alabama switched him over to that middle linebacker spot. But back to that photo of Christian Robinson, man, he looks like a lot of guys like Dallas Turner, Will Anderson. You just get him into this program, college program anyways. Thank you, Stone. Look at that photo right there. He really does remind me just his body type of a guy like Will Anderson or Dallas Turner. You put a little bit more weight on him, he gets in this weight room. Man, this kid is going to be very, very good here in the future. He does also have a couple official visits lined up here. Ohio State on May 30th. Alabama gets the second one there on June 6th. And they will also visit Texas and Florida State as well. This is a big, big time recruit that, is one of the top recruits in the country, and a lot of big-time schools are going to be going after him. Will NIL play, a massive deal? I don't know. He just decommitted from USC, and we know they have that bag on them. So we'll see what happens here, but June 6th is going to be a massive weekend for the Crimson Tide in terms of recruiting Xavier Griffin. We'll continue with another player, big-time 5-star here in just a second. But I want to give a shout-out to our friends over at Fanatics. You guys can get up to 30% off right now on some Alabama football gear today. Just go over to chatsports.com/Bama hoodies and just, look through what they have. They've got a lot of things on sale. Sometimes they're not on sale. Sometimes they are. So you got to be proactive and go over there to that chatsports.com/Bama hoodie link. That'll also be in the comment section and the description of today's show. There should also be a little clickable link over there in the corner of your screen as well. 5-star edge Five-star edge rusher Anthony Tank Jones has also dropped his official visit schedule for this summer. This is a guy that, has been playing multiple sports this spring as well, played basketball, did track as well. So, wasn't necessarily getting on the forefront of really getting ahead and, announcing those official visits. But, man, we've talked about Anthony Jones a lot here. He's the number 2 player out of the state of Alabama. He actually dropped down. He was the number 2 edge rusher for a long time, but right now 247 Sports Composite Rankings has him as the number 3 edge rusher. Not like it really makes a difference there. 6'4", 250 pounds. So, I was reading the other day that he could be that wolf position, or he could also be that bandit position. Add like 10 pounds on him. He's pretty much the same size as LT Overton. So this is a guy that can be very versatile, and he has just a ton of talent as well. This is what Greg Biggin wrote about him. He's a 247 Sports National Recruiting Analyst. This is what he had to say on Anthony Jones. He said he'll be on the short list when talking about the best edge rushers in the 2026 class. He shows off an elite get-off, can dip and bend, and has great closing speed, has the athleticism to chase down plays from behind, and shows a crazy motor. He's a natural pass rusher at an early age and knows how to use his hands and can win with multiple counters. He doesn't rely on just a bull or speed rush, but has both in his arsenal. He's a tough physical player in run support, strong at the point of attack, and hits like a truck. He can move around along the defensive line as well and play out in space. He can take on and beat double teams and has all the traits to be an immediate impact player at the next level. He has a high ceiling, his ceiling is extremely high, and if he stays healthy and continues to develop at his current rate, there is no reason why he won't be playing on Sundays for a very long time. We'll break down his official visits here in just a second, but make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Alabama Football Report. We're going to be, talking about recruiting all summer long, so do not miss out on that. It is just now starting to heat up, so don't miss out. Hit that sub button for me right now. All right, the official visits here for Anthony Tank Jones. You got Auburn, Miami, Texas A&M, Oregon, and then Alabama gets the last visit there on June 20th. As we've talked about before, the last visit, a lot of the times anyways, it proves to be the most important because, he wants to make his decision before his senior season starts or, just a couple of games in anyways to his senior season. So he wants to do it fairly soon, right after that Alabama visit. We'll see if some of that excitement really does carry over and, with him making his commitment announcement. So who do you guys think is more likely to commit? Is it Anthony Jones or Xavier Griffin? Or do you guys think both of these guys will commit to the Crimson Tide's 2026 recruiting class? If it's Anthony Jones, type AJ. If it's Xavier Griffin, type XG. Or if you think Alabama will land both defensive 5 stars for Kane Wommack's defense, go ahead and type O in the comments section.